Boundary is the new zero-gravity FPS game from Studio Surgical Scalpels and their publisher Huya. The game will be hitting the stores soon on PC and PlayStation. And if you've ever wondered what a fight on an international space station would look like, your question may be answered. With unique gunplay mechanics, awesome abilities, and comprehensive gun and character customization, it's definitely a game to keep your eye on. Boundary is a pure multiplayer game with 4 main game modes. In this section, I'll briefly explain each one and show some extended gameplay. Facility Capture. Facility Capture is your tried and true domination mode. You and your team try to capture and hold specific sites in the map, and the team that scores the most points at the end of the round wins the game. Team Deathmatch. Team Deathmatch is a familiar mode that we all know and love. You and your team's objective is to collect more heads than the other team, and the team that collects the most heads win. And you know the catch, it's in space. Skirmish. Skirmish is a great mode to test out different classes and guns. In each round, everyone from both yours and the opposition's team spawns with the same class. Each class is randomized for each round, so everyone is on the same playing field. A team that wins the most rounds through elimination wins the match. Orbital Purge. This is Boundary's competitive mode. With a search and destroy mechanic, you only get to live once per round, while trying to eliminate the other team or securing your objective. This is where team composition, teamwork, and loadouts excel, as players have to use their kit efficiently and effectively to win these rounds. At launch, Boundary aims to release 8 maps with these 4 game modes. With each map varying in size, dynamics, and theme, there's plenty of variety for players to keep on playing the game. And now for the star of the show, Boundary's zero-gravity mechanic. This unique movement mechanic allows players to control their character's vertical and horizontal positioning through dedicated buttons and keys. And of course, there's also the dedicated roll button. This allows you to rotate the center of gravity, creating for some pretty awesome scenes. Boundary really is an FPS experience unlike any other. You actually feel that you're fighting in space. While it does take some time and a little bit of motion sickness to get used to, the verticality and movement mechanics of the game add an extra layer that's rarely found in other FPS titles. The guns in this game are specifically attached to your respective class. There's a variety of weapons available, from your futuristic shotguns to the old trusty AK assault rifle. While you can always switch out your guns from fallen enemies and allies, the gun that you spawn with will always be from your respective loadout. While that might be the case, there's a decent amount of customization available for each gun. From customizing fire types, trigger groups, and many more, you can find yourself in the testing range for a while, min-maxing your gun to fit your preference. The customization does not end there. Your trusty spacesuit can also be customized. Your left and right pylons in your suit hold your utilities such as grenades, EMPs, and even an extra machine gun as seen on the shielder operator. The movement attachments such as space dashes, brakes, and grappling hooks, the movement, combined with the game's zero-gravity mechanic, makes fights infinitely more interesting. And of course, it wouldn't be an FPS game without skins. Your typical gun and character cosmetics are here with some pretty interesting choices from the developers. Let's talk about the characters in Boundary. The game has a total of 6 classes. These classes or operators offer unique playstyles that fit you and your team the most. I'll focus on the 2 of my favorite operators in this video, but there are 4 other awesome operators that players can try out at launch. Vodka. Sergei Vodka falls under the combat category of operators. This uniquely named operator is your tried and true FPS veteran. His accelerator skill pumps himself full of go-go juice that increases damage resistance and improves recoil for a short time. He's definitely a great character to start off with if you've had previous FPS experience. While his kit may be straightforward, everyone loves a little bit of vodka. Shielder. Isle Shielder falls under the support category of operators, but don't let the name fool you. Her ballistic shield, paired with her heavy artillery of machine guns and auto launchers, make her a walking, floating fortress in space. However, with a lack of mobility modules at her disposal, she can sometimes be outmaneuvered by other operators. With her, it's not as simple as pointing and clicking. Knowing when and when not to use her abilities can truly be the shifting tide in the battlefield. Overall, Boundary really is a unique experience. If you love the idea of freely moving around in space while getting those dopamine-inducing frags, well, this game might be for you. With tons of custom options for both characters and guns, there's plenty of freedom to make your astronaut uniquely yours. The real star is the setting of the game. With beautiful maps paired with destructible environments, it's very easy to put yourself in the shoes, or rather, boots of the astronaut placed in a war zone in space. With plenty of playstyles available for every player, there's definitely a role suited just for you. This game is what people think Space Force would be like. If you've ever had a passing interest in even the concept of a space FPS, Boundary is definitely one to check out. And for everyone asking, wait, it's all in space? To that I say,
always has been.